So I wanted to show you what it would look like to do another type of quotation, and this time using the book, The Checklist Manifesto, which I haven't assigned yet, I don't think, by the time you've got this reading or this assignment. So I have two little quotations that I want to use. They're fairly close together from one page to the next, but there is some writing in between them. So at the top of page 29, Gawande says this. He says the medical profession's answer has been to go from specialization to super specialization. And he's talking about the answer to the problem of our advancing knowledge and the advancing complexity. As we know more and are able to do more, we super specialize. So an orthopedic surgeon might be able to do all kinds of special surgeries on a knee or a shoulder or a hip, but it's turning out that that more and more they're specializing in a single joint and not doing anything else. Only knees, only hips, only shoulders. Anyway, so then the next quotation that I saw from the next page that I liked was that there are degrees of complexity, though, and medicine and other fields like it have grown so far beyond the usual kind that avoiding daily mistakes is proving impossible even for the most super specialized. And so that's why Gawande says we have checklists so we don't forget little things. Even though we're super specialized, we still could forget things. So imagine I'm going ahead and I'm writing this little piece here, and I say Gawande notes that as technology advances, there's much more to learn. And then I want this quotation here. I'm going to go ahead and paste that in. And then I'm going to follow it with the next quotation and have a little paragraph here, and then I'll show you what I have to do. And then I'm going to combine these quotations together. So, but let me just say, just to sum it up, that that the answer for avoiding, or he's already used avoiding, for not making errors is to create and follow checklists. Well, let me just say that Gawande argues this. Okay, so first off, I have mentioned Gawande by name. Now, I before had called this a source mentioned by name. That's what the books used to always call this kind of citation. Some have called it in-text citation, but it's not really true because the text of the essay is from the first line of your paper to the last line is the text. Sometimes we have extra things, and even the bibliography or the works cited list, your list of references, is not considered in the text of your essay. So they stopped using that term in-text citation, and so they started calling these source mentioned by name, and now MLA calls them in prose citation. So in other words, the name Gawande is in the prose of my essay, in my sentences. It's not in the parentheses. So because I've said Gawande here, I don't need to say Gawande there, and I don't need to say Gawande there. The reader would reasonably assume that these two sources are from the author that I've been mentioning by name. Now I want to do something else here. I want to go ahead and just connect these. These make sense to connect. And we have a technique which is called ellipsis. Ellipsis is when you delete things. So rather than having the quotation end and then begin, I'm going to put dot, dot, dot. Okay? That's ellipsis. Ellipsis means that I've cut something out. Now, I never want you to put ellipsis at the beginning of a quotation or at the end of a quotation. It's always going to be inside of the quotation. Okay, it's where you, and I'd rather you think of ellipsis as tape rather than scissors. Okay, it's not where you cut, it's where you put stuff together. And so again, it shouldn't be at the beginning of a quotation or the end. It's always after the first word or before the last word. All right. Now I have to add again that page 29 is where the quotations start, and it started and it went through page 30. Okay. So now I want to go ahead and remind you how we do a works cited list. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do Control Enter, okay, and that puts me down to the next page. Once again, if you don't remember Control Enter, I'm inserting a break, and it's going to be a page break, and there's where you see the quick step, the Control Enter. And so what I'm actually going to do is take out, and I think I missed this on the last video, I'm going to take out that tab because I don't want it tabbed, and I want to center. So the title of this is Works Cited. And now, and I hit enter to the next line, and now I'm going to do something different. I'm going to pull this a half-inch in and put the very top bar, which is where the line of a paragraph starts, to the right on the left margin. This little triangle means that that's where the line's after it. Oops. I don't know why that's not okay. Oh, I know what the problem is. My bad. So let me do that again. I wanted to left align it. I hadn't left aligned it. That's why that was a problem. So anyway, pull it a half inch and then put the very top bar with first line back. So once again, there are 4 things that I do for a book. I start with the author, Gwandi, a tool. And then in italics, I do the container, which is the checklist manifesto. And many students make this mistake. They leave out the subtitle. And there's a little subtitle here, which is how to get things right. You don't want to forget the subtitle. The book, The Infinite Game, doesn't have a subtitle, but that's very unusual. And I will capitalize nearly every word. I don't need to capitalize the word to. If you do, I won't care. I wouldn't correct it. But everything else is a content word. The reason I don't need to is it's a grammatical word. In this sense, it's not a content word. Okay, and now I'll take the italics off, and I'm going to then write I have 2 things left. I have the date and the publisher. The publisher you can always find on the spine of the book. You can also find it generally on the title page. Let's see here. Oops, I keep forgetting to turn my sound off. Anyway, on the spine there is picador, so I'm going to go ahead and write picador, and then I have a comma, and then I have the date. And there are lots of places you can find the date, but I have actually written it on my title page. Oh no, it's not. It's blurry. Anyway, this is the title page. It's not clear. Sorry about that. Anyway, it says Checklist Manifesto, how to get things right. And the date is 2010. And if you turn the page after the title page, you can usually see a copyright date. And I'm sorry that this isn't picking up on the video, but this, on my copy of the book, it might be different on your copy. You have to do whatever your copy is. It says 2009 and 2010. So which do I use? A lot of people think, well, you use the first one, and the answer is no. The first one might be when it was first published, but the copy that you're holding in your hand is whatever the most recent date is. This is a 2010 copy, so I will then write 2010 period. So that still kept it at one line, but that's all I need to do for Guandi. And if I had gone on, let me just show you. I'm just going to write, just X's. You can see that if it goes beyond the line, the next line's indented. It lines up right with wherever this triangle is. But it's only one line, so we'll go there. When we do websites next, you'll see that those go far beyond the line. All right.